This lesson is designed to help the speaker affect a convincing Australian accent using key vowel and consonant changes as applied to a text. The long A becomes the long I. Take, climb, amazes, dangers. In the American accent, the long A descends in pitch and is produced primarily in the throat. Take, claim, amazes. But because of the Australian nasality, the long A nearly twists into a long I. Take, climb, amazes. It either makes or breaks you. The short O becomes O. Box, odd, not, profit, philosophy. A lot of these .com millionaires. And drop R endings. Here, cleared, tours, fortune, personal. The following is from the horror novel Pandora 2014, Blood Drive. In this passage, a millionaire explains his reasons for wanting to visit a magical fantasy fulfillment center. My parents were blue collar, so I come from humble beginnings. I have a saying that represents my personal philosophy. You can't direct the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Given the choice, I picked success and profit over working the assembly line. I cleared 7 figures last year. I think what you do here at Pandora Tours is very similar to what I do as a webmaster. Clients are drawn by our sensibilities. What we peddle isn't a website or an experience, but dreams themselves. My purpose in visiting the former Crescent Beach Mall may strike you as odd. I'm well aware of the dangers. From what I've read, it either makes or breaks you. You may ask, will I take my chances? I know visiting Pandora's box is a gamble. My friends will tell you I live to take these gambles, but that's not true. I am going to Pandora so I can figure out what to do with my fortune. Earning money has lost its meaning. It's time for me to give back, and I figure Pandora will point me in the right direction. A lot of these .com millionaires suffer from a selective memory. They claim to launch humanitarian efforts, but fail to show up when the chips are down. It amazes me. If you earnestly wish to make a difference in people's lives, you have to approach it with the eyes of a child. Now, I've taught dialect training in Los Angeles for many years, and I've noticed a trend when it comes to the Australian accent. Folks from down under generally don't appreciate attempts at their accent, and it may be because what Americans associate with Australia is perhaps their thickest, oddest dialect. Which makes sense, because America was initiated into the Australian accent by over-the-top accents such as in Crocodile Dundee. And that's what the typical American believes is the Australian accent. In this video, as with all my video lessons, I humbly offer a few tools to aid you in your research of the accent. It's understood that if you need to portray an Australian person or a New Zealander, you'll endeavour to find a primary source. And my hope is that some of what you picked up from this video will make your journey that much easier. If you're viewing this on a personal computer or Apple, you'll find the examples and text in the About section. I suggest you read through it with the same determination you might exhibit when fighting off a predator in the outback. Practice a bit, and soon your Australian accent will be eliciting radiant smiles from your listeners. Cheers, mate.